Now, the Working Party on Education Reforms that was tasked with reevaluating the competency-based curriculum has today handed over the final task force report on education reforms to President Willian Ruto. The working group led by Professor Raphael Munavu was also mandated to check and recommend equitable access to education, especially for those facing social, economic and geographic marginalization, vulnerable populations, children and persons with special needs. Here's our very own Alice Diana with that report.
The 47-member committee that was appointed by President Willian Ruto on 30th September last year to address three major issues on the competency-based curriculum and submit recommendations in the basic education sector, on competency-based curriculum, and on the higher education subsector, on Tuesday submitted its final report to President Willian Ruto at State House, Nairobi. Some of the recommendations made by the Professor Raphael Munavu-led team include reviewing of CBC curriculum to reduce the workload on pupils. The Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development reduces the number of learning areas from 9 to 7 at lower primary, 12 to 8 at upper primary, and 14 to 9 at junior school, pre-primary to have 5, and senior school to have 7.
Really, to enable these recommendations to move forward, some of them have already been implemented. I think it is very important to have an advisory committee, a Ministry of Education Reform Implementation, Education Reform Implementation Advisory Committee. And that committee should monitor and evaluate how the recommendations are being implemented and make appropriate recommendations on the way forward.
The report also recommends that school capitation to be increased, Ministry of Education to adopt a comprehensive school system, PP1 to grade 9, comprising pre-primary, primary school and junior school managed as one institution, drop the word secondary from junior secondary and senior secondary school, introduce a mandatory 3-month community service program for senior school graduates before joining tertiary institutions, and implement 9 months of mandatory community service after completing tertiary education.
I am very proud of this team that creatively, in an innovative way, you went through the motions. It was not easy. There were difficult decisions to be made along the way. You came back to check whether we were aligned, whether we were moving in the right direction. And I am very happy that today the country is no longer restive about CBC because we have addressed all the concerns.
Ruto has directed that the report's recommendations be implemented in full and within the given time frame. Speaking at the event, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua said that the country stands to gain so much if the recommendations are implemented.
Nimewahakikishia ya kwamba mimi nitakuwa mstari wa mbele kuhakikisha ya kwamba mapendekezo yote yaliyopendekezwa tunayatimiza kwa manufaa ya watoto wetu, kwa manufaa ya jamii ya Wakenya na kwa manufaa ya taifa letu la Kenya, kwa sababu hatuna rasilimali nyingi kama taifa. Rasilimali tulio nayo ya muhimu ni hii ya human capital ama Wakenya wetu, na elimu ndio inatusaidia kuhakikisha ya kwamba taifa letu la Kenya, wafanyikazi na watu wote wa taifa letu la Kenya wako katika hali ambapo wanaweza kuchangia biashara, kuchangia kazi, kuchangia kutengeneza uchumi na kuendesha taifa letu la Kenya mbele.
On his part, Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu lauded the team for working hard despite facing hurdles in the beginning.
Excellency, again, we want to thank you in a very special way because you were indeed very instrumental in the entire process.
This team has done a good job, and I'm sure that the recommendations they will come up with, if they are implemented, it will sort out the many challenges that we have had in the education sector.
Alice Diana, Hope TV News Watch.